Hi, this is Daryl with Full Bore Engraving Co. This is part 2 of a 3-part series on how to design and execute and cut out a cake topper. Like I said in the first part, if you don't know what a cake topper is, just stick around and you'll see. I won't have a picture of it on the cake, but you'll see basically what it is something you stick down in the cake, and it leaves a message for whoever's the party's for. So this part is going to be a continuation from part 1 in the CorelDRAW to show you how to use some of the tools and how to combine some of the letters to make them stand out. Hope you enjoy. Please like and subscribe. It really helped the channel out a bunch. We'll see you later. Thanks. Now what we want to do is let's put a rectangle around this entire piece here. So just draw a rectangle around it. And then let's click on our fill tool and try to fill this area here with black. Didn't work. The reason I put this rectangle is that if it didn't work, it wouldn't try to paint the whole page. So let's back up. And let's select and tell it to, well, come over here and right click on it. And you gotta right click in the right spot. Okay. And lock it. That way when I try to grab something, I'm not grabbing it and moving it out of the way. So let's select the entire heart again, and this time let's weld it. This may or may not work, but it's worth a shot, so we don't have to go hunting one little piece at a time. Go back to our fill tool and try filling it again. Nope, still didn't work, so back up. So what we've got then is a hole, a leak from this line to the outside line. And it's where we edited it somewhere. So let's do this, zoom in. And there's a little part right there. So let's just select both of those. Let's come over here to join curves. And join curves, if you don't have it on your right hand side over here, it can be found by clicking on Windows, coming down to Dockers, and coming down to join curves. If the check mark is there, it should be on the right side of your screen. So mine is. So this gap tolerance, you can change that if you need to, but I'm just going to leave it like it is. Hit apply, and you see that? Put those two together as one. If I double click and delete that one, it smooths it out a little bit. So here's another one. It was probably, yep, there's a gap right there. So select both of those, hit apply. And this, I like to delete them sometimes afterwards because it smooths it up a little bit. So let's go on around. When you see a little cluster like that, that's probably where the problem is. So select those, apply. And so to scroll around, you can press down on your mouse wheel if you have one, and just start moving it to where you want to move it. So if there's one right there, there's probably one on this other side too. Yep, there it is. So do that one, scroll down that line, or zoom out and scroll. Okay, we got to fix there. So now that I've filled that with black, I want to nudge it over 18 inches. Actually, let's go again to get it away from those words. So now let's select that triangle again, rectangle, and unlock it. And then let's select both of these and move them out of the way. And bring the heart back. So one thing I want to do now is I'm going to right click the heart to put a red outline around it. I'm going to left click the line up here to take the fill out of it. And I want to hit this button and go to smooth and select that. So you see the little circle showing up. I want to make it a little bit bigger. Come up here. You can click on that to make the circle bigger. That's the nib size. This right here, you can change the rate that it changes things. But I think that's good. So let's select that. And you see how it smooths it. Just move it up back and forth across it and it smooths it down. Smooth this down. And just go all the way around it. You don't have to smooth everything, but if it looks a little jaggy, just hold your left mouse button down and drag the circle across it. It turns it blue, and then you can see that it smooths it up. You can see it smoothing right there. A little bit jaggy there, so let's smooth that. And it doesn't have to be perfect, because when you get through making a cake topper, it's hard to see these little imperfections. You won't even see these. It just makes it cut a little easier also with your laser. So I like to smooth it up. Also makes it more rounded sometimes if you accidentally put a flat place in there, it'll help round it up and match it up with the rest of the heart. So that's looking pretty good. So the purpose of the video, let's just leave it like it is and be done with it. So we're done with that. Okay, so now I want to put the part that you stick into the cake on here. So that's going to be pretty easy. I'm going to make it 4 inches long by, just make a rectangle that's 4 inches long by 0.25 wide. So to get it exactly like I want it, I'm going to go ahead and draw the rectangle first. Come up here and I'm going to change the size right here. I'm going to unlock the aspect ratio. I want it 0.25 inches wide, and I want it 4 inches long. And then I want the bottom to have a point to it. So let's bring an index line in. Just left click on the bar over here on the left, drag it over till you get it right in the center of that, in the midpoint there. And then let's go to our shape tool, click this. Oh, we need to change this to convert it to a curve. Then you get these nodes. So I can add another node here. And let's bring it down, maybe that far. And that ought to work. So I need another one. So let's duplicate that. So select it, hit the plus button, and then there you go, a second one. So I'm going to put one right here, overlapping just a little bit. And I'm going to put the other one right here, but it needs to be a little bit longer. And let's scoot over a little bit more. So I can hit my shape tool again, grab these two nodes here by dragging across them, and then just drag straight up, just somewhere inside the heart. And now let's select the whole thing, and let's weld that. So I'll zoom in a little bit so you can see what it's going to do. So I'll go up here to weld and click weld button. You see what it did? It welded all that together. And then just, if you want to, you can check to make sure it's right. Do your fill tool again. And there you see it filled it like you needed it to. I'm going to leave it unfilled for now. So now let's do the threes. That'll be the next easiest thing to do. So get our pick tool, click this 3, nudge it back over with the left arrow key. Let's take the filling out of it and then come down here and right click to put outline on it and do the other 3. Now you see, here's the problem with this 3. I'm not going to merge this text into that 3. Because these need to be tied together separately, I'm going to put a bar here in a minute, you'll see, and a bar across the bottom, and merge and tie them together with each other, and then I'm going to glue them to the outside edge of this heart so they stand out a little bit. Give it kind of a 3D view. So I'm not going to have it touching this 3. Well, you can see what's happened here. When they drew the graphic, they were close to each other, and so this curved around it. And I don't want that. So I'm going to, let's go unfill it and put an outline around it, and then take our shape tool and delete that node. And let's just delete that node and delete that node. And now we got a better 3. So now let's take all of that, and I want it all welded together. I want it to be one piece. So let's go back up here to the weld tool, weld it together. All right, that's going to be the end of part 2. I'm going to break this into 3 videos. I don't want each video to be too long. So all right, the next part, I'm going to show you how to modify this text. The birthday Tyler gets another daughter. It's real small right now, and so if we try to cut that out with a laser, it's going to be real brittle, real easy to break. So I'm going to show you how to make these letters a little thicker where you can still read them, and then I'm going to show you how to tie these together, and then we'll put them all, the whole thing together, and show you the finished product. So until the next video, we'll talk to you later. Thanks. Bye.